Today, we are going to talk about macronutrients. Understanding macros can help us make informed food choices to meet our personal energy needs, fitness goals, and maintain balanced nutrition. Let's dive into the three macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Carbohydrates are the main fuel source of brain and body, including the muscle. Carbohydrates break down into glucose to provide us energy. Carbohydrates are stored as glycogen in our muscle for to be used for energy later or as fat for long-term energy storage. Carbohydrates are of two types. You might have heard already about simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Let's dive a little bit deeper and see what other types of carbohydrates are there inside these types. Simple carbohydrates are of two types: monosaccharides and disaccharides. Monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, galactose. Glucose is found in most carbohydrate foods. Fructose is found in main sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Galactose is found in dairy products. These are called monosaccharides because they are made up of just one molecule. So there's one molecule of glucose, one of fructose, one of galactose, and they are very easy to be absorbed in the blood, and they give us quick energy and cause a blood sugar spike. Disaccharides are lactose, sucrose, and maltose. They are called disaccharides because they are formed by the combination of two monosaccharides. So take glucose and fructose, and you get sucrose. Sucrose is found in table sugar. Your table sugar is sucrose. You combine glucose and galactose, and that gives us lactose, which is a product in dairy products. So our body uses enzymes, for example, lactase enzyme, to break down lactose into glucose and galactose so it can be absorbed by the body. Complex carbohydrates are of two types: starches and fiber. And there are three types of starches: amylose, amylopectin, and resistant starch. Amylose is the type of starch which is slow to digest, like found in oats or beans. Amylopectin is the type of starch which is quick to absorb or digest, found in potatoes or white rice. Resistant starch is the type of starch that our body cannot digest, and that is why it is called resistant because it resists digestion. It is found in foods such as green bananas, and it is important because even though we do not digest it, it is helpful to feed the gut bacteria in our body. Then we have fiber, soluble and insoluble. Soluble fiber is the type of fiber that slows digestion. This is found in again foods such as oats. Insoluble fiber is the type of fiber that promotes digestion. This is found in vegetables or whole grains. Here are some examples of these foods. Let's move on to protein. When we talk about protein, one thing that comes to our mind is bodybuilders or muscle building, which is only one part or one function of protein. Protein has many functions in our body. Some of them are: protein is essential for producing enzymes and hormones. Protein supports immune system and then it helps build and repair tissues. There are many types of hormones or many hormones like thyroid, growth hormone, or insulin, glucagon. All these hormones are made of protein. Then we have immune system. The antibodies that our body uses to fight infections are also made from protein. Therefore, protein helps us build a stronger immune system. Protein helps not just repair the muscles after exercise, but also helps repair tissues after injury. Protein is broken down to amino acids so it can be absorbed by the body. There are many amino acids. Two main types are essential and non-essential. Essential amino acids are called essential because our body cannot make them. We have to get them either from food or supplements. Non-essential are the ones that our body can make, but depending on a person's personal needs or lifestyle, they might need more. Some For some of the amino acids, they might need more than the body can make. Here are some sources of protein. We have non-vegetarian, eggs, meat, seafood; vegetarian, all the dairy products, whey protein. For vegan sources, the single vegan sources lack one of the amino acid. For example, grains like rice or wheat lack one of the essential amino acids, but that is found abundant in lentils. And similarly, the amino acid which is less present in lentils is found more in grains. And therefore, combining rice with lentils or peanut butter with whole grain bread can help us have a complete protein source. Let's move on to fats. Just like protein, fats also have many functions in our body. Fats are also important to build the hormones. Many of the hormones, such as testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, are made from fats. Fats are also essential for brain function. Our nervous system is made up of neurons. Neurons are the building blocks of our nervous system, which help us transmit electrical signals throughout the body, which help us with movement, thinking, sensations. These neurons are covered by myelin sheath which acts like an insulation. This myelin sheath is made up of fats, and the quality of the fats we ingest from our diet decides how efficient the myelin sheath is, or how much production of the myelin sheath is happening. Also, fats such as EPA and DHA are very important for the brain. 60% of the brain is made up of fat, and most of it is made up of DHA. Therefore, consuming enough DHA is important for the brain function. Then we have fats that help us with long term energy storage. Fats in our body in the adipose tissue are stored as triglycerides. When the time comes or the need arises, our body uses lipolysis to convert these triglycerides into energy. This is expensive for the body, and therefore, this is done only when we indulge in medium to low intensity long exercise, such as brisk walking or incline walking for 2 hours or more than 2 hours. That's when our body starts diving into the fat for energy once the glycogen stores are finished. Fats are also of various types. We have unsaturated fats, mono and poly. We have saturated fats and we have trans fats. Unsaturated fats are the fats which are liquid at room temperature mostly. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature, and trans fats are the artificial fats which are created artificially to mainly increase the shelf life of products. Unsaturated fats are three types like omega 3, mono unsaturated, and omega 6. All these fats are important, and it is also important to maintain a good balance between omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acids. They all are good for heart health in some way. Then we have the saturated fat, which is good to consume in moderation since some of the hormones are made from cholesterol, which comes from saturated fat. And the examples are coconut oil, butter, or ghee. Then we have trans fats. Trans fats are the artificial fats, as I mentioned, and they are the worst kind of fat to have. They lower the good cholesterol and they increase the bad cholesterol. Trans fats are found in foods such as French fries, burger, or any packaged or processed foods. Even though you see on the label trans fats labeled as 0 gram, it's always better to check the ingredients. And if the ingredients mention anything such as hydrogenated oil or partially hydrogenated oil, that means you're consuming trans fats. It is best to limit the intake of trans fats as much as possible. Here are different examples of all the types of fats. If you like this video, I suggest you to subscribe and like. We have more things coming on this channel, understanding macronutrients, metabolism, blood sugar, mental health, hormones. So if you would like to learn more about how your nutrition and lifestyle affects your health, stay tuned.